What's going on, everyone? Today I'm here to show you my recent game pickups. Well, recent in the sense that it's been like the last month or two. So without further ado, let's just jump right in. The first one we got up is an import I found at one of our local game stores. It is Sengoku Basara 4, and I am so excited to find this. I played the living crap out of Sengoku Basara 3 on both the Wii and the PS3. If you guys aren't familiar with this series, it's a Musou series, but it's made by Capcom. And what I really love about Sengoku Basara in particular is the depth of the mechanics, because in a lot of the older Musou games, well, just a lot of Koei Musou games in general, there is a lot of repetition. After you get to a certain point, all the characters basically move and play the same, but Sengoku Basara 4 has such, and well, just the Sengoku Basara series has such a depth mechanically to it. All the characters play so different from one another, and there's truly a learning curve in order to get good at this game. And to me, I think that's why this is my favorite Musou series. There's just so much to learn. The variety of the characters insane, and just you're never going to get to the point, I feel, where you're gonna master everyone. Well, I shouldn't say that, somebody will, but like they all play so different that like it's almost like a fighting game in a sense, right? It's like if the Musou series met Street Fighter, which I guess is fitting because it's Capcom, right? But that's something that I just love about the Sengoku Basara series, and I'm so excited to jump into this one. Next up, we got Unlimited Saga. This is an older PS2 title that honestly I don't know much about, but I picked this one up at $5 while I was out game hunting over in Michigan with the fellas. We went on a day trip and just went around a bunch of different places, and I found this and I was like, you know what? I love JRPGs. This is an older one that I haven't played, and they got it for a good price. So let me check this one out. If you know anything about Unlimited Saga, let me know. But this is one that I'm excited to jump into, just to kind of, it'll be something new for me. Here we got the Nintendo 3DS version of Shinobi. So I love the PS2 version. It's so stylish. I love Hotsuma's red scarf. I love the frantic action and the speed of the PS2 Shinobi game, and the difficulty. That game is brutally difficult if you have never played it before, but I absolutely love it. It's so good. The Nintendo 3DS version appears to be a lot different. It actually appears to be like a side scroller. It's 2D, which is already extremely different than the PS3 Shinobi game. But I was trying to pop this in. I can't do it, but I'm really curious because I've heard good things about this and I don't know what to expect, but it intrigued me when I was going around game hunting. I was like, you know what? I love the PS2 title. Let me check out this 3DS version, and I'm hoping for some good results with this as well. Next, we got a Switch title. Live I Live is what I'm calling it, but Live Alive? Maybe, man, don't, whatever, you guys get it. But this is one that immediately intrigued me upon seeing the trailer. I actually didn't know anything about this game before this re-release, but this is an older, is it a Super Nintendo title that I know for many is a classic. I know that there's some controversy. People seem to either love or hate this game, but I'm feeling like this is right up my alley. I think I'm going to be in the camp of loving this. I love the aesthetic of it, the stylishness, the going through the variety of different characters into an overarching story that all kind of like coheses together. This looks like it's going to be something that I absolutely love, and I cannot wait to jump into this. Again, going back to my love of JRPGs, right? So this is going to be an exciting one. Going back to JRPGs again, we got Maxino Reborn. So this is one where it's an RPG game, right? But it's tank battles. You're in vehicles, right? And it seems to be a mixture of on foot and tank sections. And it's just so unique compared to so many other titles I've seen, right? I'm so pumped to just experience this because I don't know if this series is one that typically gets ported over to the West, but I've heard a lot about this version in particular, the Reborn version, that has some I don't know if it's patches or like gameplay improvements, quality of life improvements, but I've heard good things about this one, and I was super excited when my local game shop got this thing in stock. I'm pumped to be playing this one. So y'all already know I had to get this. We got DNF Dual here. I enjoy this game. How can I put this? So it's I feel like the game is not the most balanced, right? But for me, the aesthetic sensibilities, it's a beautiful game in motion, and how differently it plays really carves out its own niche compared to a lot of other fighting games out right now. What I will say is that for me, I don't know. I haven't really jumped into this one a whole lot since for about a month now. I was playing this a whole bunch on release and everything, right? And my character is the Vanguard with the spear and all that. And what I found is that I feel like some characters' skill ceilings are a lot higher than others. And I think in order for me to have more fun with this game, I'm gonna have to play multiple characters and find someone that has like a little bit more mechanical depth, because even as early as it was when I first jumped into this, I felt like I was already hitting a wall with the Vanguard character, and I think that there's other things that would be satisfying and fulfilling to learn if I pick new characters, right? So I love this game. I think that it's great. I just know that it's one of those that, since it's a niche anime fighter, the community tends to die out in these games a lot sooner than like some of the bigger titles. But I hope that the gaming community, the gaming space, excuse me, has a place for this game, because I think it deserves it. It's fun. It's good. Speaking of the big boys, we got the Capcom Classic Collection right here, and this is so sick to me because it allows you to play like Cyberbots and Warzard, aka Red Earth, with rollback connection online. How are you gonna beat that, man? You got your vampire saviors and vampire. This collection is so sick to me because I really like how they really dug into the treasure trove of Capcom series and brought out stuff that usually doesn't see the light of day, right? Like we've gotten a lot of re-releases of things like Third Strike, the Alpha series, but Capcom has so many IPs that are loved and that are so much fun that rarely see the light of day. And I hope we see more things like this where those games can get some love and get released on modern consoles, so they just don't die in irrelevancy, because they do not deserve that fate, right? So this is going to be fun. Here's one I'm also really excited about, Steel Rising. So this one just dropped over the past week, and it is Dark Souls, but with a fancy English robot with a powdered wig. But what I don't want to just give it that, right? Because it's not just like a shallow Dark Souls clone. There's definitely mechanical differences, right? There's a system that almost reminds me of like the Sekiro Endurance and what do they call it in that game? Is it Endurance? Where you kind of have like your exhaustion gauge and you can do a key pulse to get some of your endurance back. They have, I would say that this game is definitely more mobile, especially depending on what classes you pick and everything. This one is a big surprise. I'm loving it so far. I'm loving upgrading my robot. I'm loving the armors. I'm loving just the aesthetic of this and just how it looks. Everything about this thing pretty much appeals to me, and I can see this one going down as a sleeper hit that not a lot of people unfortunately play, but that absolutely deserves it. I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping this game gets the attention that it deserves, but I could definitely see things going down like that. So keep an eye out for Steel Rising. Ooh, there we go. We got our Mecha SD Gundam Battle Alliance. I haven't played, man, a Gundam game in a bit. Was the last one I played one of the full boost for the PS3? It's had to have been something after that, but I really enjoyed Gundam Breaker 3, and SD Gundam Battle Alliance is in that style. And these games, I've heard this one is very, very good. I've heard a lot about the game's mechanical depth with the combo system and the ability to outfit your mech with a bunch of different weapons and abilities. I've heard just the addictive properties of it, of trying to upgrade your mechs. Graphically, just a lot of the SD Gundam style is kind of hit or miss for people. Some people really don't like the super deformed look with them being in their chibi size. I know I haven't been the biggest fan of it, but it's fine with me. And I think the gameplay and overall just fun factor of this is going to get rid of any issues I might have with just some of the visuals, right? So this is one that I've heard is very good. I think it's right up my alley, action RPG, and I can't wait. Couple more. We got Thymesia. This is another Souls-like that I've heard a lot about, and as you guys can see, this bad boy is still wrapped up too. I haven't had a chance to pop this one in. I only saw about 1 or 2 minutes of gameplay, and I was like, yeah, I think I want this thing. And I was lucky enough to find a physical copy of it at a local shop. I love our local store, man. They usually have a lot of stuff you can't find anywhere else, but I'm pumped about this one. If you guys have given this game a chance or you played it, let me know what you think, but I believe that this one is going to be a lot of fun. It looks right up my alley. If you guys have kind of taken a look over the channel, you know that I'm not like a huge AAA guy. I really haven't been that way for pretty much my gaming career. I've always been into the weird niche stuff. I used to always get made fun of by my friends for just being into weird Japanese games. Like, that's what I was known for, and my taste have pretty much stayed the same. I know this isn't a weird Japanese game, but it's more obscure than a lot of stuff, and I just find myself being drawn to these like smaller, like AA or indie releases, because they seem to just they try different things. They have more mystery, more things going on mechanically oftentimes, and things that you just don't find in big AAA titles anymore. So I'm excited to try Thymesia. And lastly, we got some nostalgia right here. We got Gunmetal. So this is a game that I never owned. I played the crap out of the demo for this back in the day on the original Xbox, and it's been so long. All I remember is like there was like an opening or an ending where they just had an announcer screaming like gunmetal, gunmetal. And I just remember the gameplay being sick, where you transform back and forth between a mech and an airplane, and it'll be cool to see if this game holds up or if I'm blinded by nostalgia and it's trash. But I don't think so, man. I think that this title is still going to be a lot of fun, and if my memories serve, I'm going to absolutely love this. And this is the first time I've actually owned the real game, so I can't wait. Alright, homies, this is going to do it for my recent pickups. What'd you think? Is there anything in here that you already own? Anything you've been thinking about trying to grab? Anything you think I should try first? I am really excited about all of these. I enjoy finding things that I've been looking for a while, like most people do. That was a dumb statement, but I also enjoy hearing about new recommendations and just finding things out in the wild that I didn't even know that I wanted and end up loving. So tell me some of your game hunting stories. Just let me know what you're playing right now, and I'll talk to you guys again a little bit later. See ya.